We are. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting. Hey guys, we're live with another Artcast, and we have Amber here, and then we have Kyle. We
Oh,
always have Kyle here. Kyle's a regular here, but if you guys want to join the conversation, feel free to join our chat or follow us at Guild of Nebraskan Artists on Facebook. In tonight's topics, we'll be covering a little bit of DeviantArt and looking at cosplay. We will talk about cosplay, heroes of cosplay. We'll talk about game art and possibly get into the struggles of being cosplayers, artists, and all that in general. And what are you drawing there, Kyle, already to start it?
I'm going after Morgan from Darkstalkers that I pulled off of DeviantArt. Let me pull up the other page so I can get the person's picture and give her name just to be. Hey, where is it? It's gone. Whoopsie.
The struggles of being live.
Yeah. Maybe I have to find
Oh my god.
I had to. It's the greatest thing ever.
that. I'll find that in a minute.
10 hours later. Yeah,
It's complete.
I'm gonna try to use this Kakashi cosplay since I heard some cool things about Naruto recently, about how he revealed his face, so I thought that'd be cool to do a drawing of him. But I gotta also pull the name because I don't want to. Suki cosplay, there we go. Go follow that guy. And we're also not going to be selling these pictures either because that's wrong. Oh yeah. But to start things off, I'm going to pull up DeviantArt and I'm just going to scroll through cosplay costumes. I always do this with friends, and we just go by and rate them. Now it's kind of an asshole-ish thing to do, in a way, to say, oh, your costume is interesting. But we'll just rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, you rate the costume, you don't rate the person, really, right?
Yeah, you rate the costume, not the person. Well, it's just like what they do at conventions when they judge it. They're not, like, rating the person, they're rating how they executed it.
Yeah.
And it was Coterie cosplay.
Oh, for yours, Darkstalker? Yeah. Now this one, I don't. Okay, the one I have on
I
my.
don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It looks like it's supposed to be from Thundercats.
No, there's an 80s anime that has this like cat-looking outfit that this girl's wearing. I don't know the name of it. But since I don't know, I really can't judge it fairly because it just looks like she's wearing nothing. I'd give it a 7 because I don't know where it comes from.
I'd probably give it a 8.5. I would have chosen a higher quality wig, but I mean, if they made that you don't see any thread or anything hanging.
Where do you get your cosplay wigs? Because I always hear people talking about that.
I always order mine online from Cosplay DNA on eBay, and they sell different qualities, but I usually order the heat resistant because those tangle less, and their wigs are affordable. They're not like crazy expensive. So for a good quality wig, you're looking at like $30 versus like $50 through some other site.
See, I would never know that. I would never know that because I was always lazy when I made my costumes, and I would just go with whatever I found.
Yeah.
And they looked terrible.
Oh no. Yes. So if you're serious about cosplaying, don't buy a cheap wig from a costume shop because those tangle and they look cheap and it throws off the whole outfit. So
I'm not dissing this person in the photo. It does look like the wig was like found at like Walmart and their Halloween aisle.
Yes.
Ouch,
So
that was kind of mean.
that
I
The
compared it to
clothing in
Walmart.
itself, though, seems to be very well stitched because you don't see any hanging thread. It seems to be fastened together well.
exactly.
On a tailoring aspect, I think they did a really great job. The wig's a little shiny, too shiny, but I don't know the character. I really don't.
I know that was
Oh, I love it! Oh my god!
It's a
Yes!
chocobo.
Okay, that gets a 10. That is a 10.
Yeah, I'd say it's a
Um,
10.
that is amazing. Oh my gosh.
I will go with that.
Um, yeah, I saw someone at a convention do something similar last year, but with like a Yoshi, and
Aww.
they made it. They made like little Mario legs on the side, and they had their feet be the the Yoshi legs, and it's kind of the same build. It's interesting.
Okay, I have a slight question though.
Go for it.
Do you know which Final Fantasy they're trying to play that from?
Oh, is it 8?
Isn't it 10? I think it's
No.
10.
I'm asking because I'm not sure. It looks like whichever
Oh,
one it is, it's a job class system. So it's either 5-4 or one of the newer ones.
it
Or
might be 10 because I remember the people in 10 in like Yevon or whatever the name of the town was. They had these little weird hats on.
yeah, the last Final Fantasy that I was like really diehard into was 7.
Yeah, I'm
But
at the very end of 7.
that fails to compare to my love for 6 and all of its glory.
I can tell you like Final Fantasy.
No, never.
Never.
I refrained from grabbing a cloud picture.
Now, are you going to get the new Final Fantasy?
Oh, I don't know. The last one really upset me with the battle system.
The new one's entirely different, but it looks
Yeah,
awesome.
it looks good, and if I have the money to spend on it, I might think about it. But I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put money down on it just yet because the battle system, again, that's where everything is going to come from. And if I'm going to be paying for a battle system that I don't like, I'd rather buy a game that I enjoy.
Word.
I'm a little hesitant because all of the Final Fantasies have been based on that turn-based battle style, so I'm a little hesitant.
That's not how. It still kind of is, but what was it? 13? The one that, yeah, I think that was the last
Yeah.
one.
Well, 13 is a little more interactive, but this one is completely like
Open.
Kingdom Hearts status kind of battling. It's not, at least from the demo that I watched.
And it's open world. Like, old Final Fantasy were open world too. Don't get me wrong, but like 13 kind of went away from that. Like you could still go places, but it was really linear. This one's extremely open world, like extremely. Like you get in a car and you can go for miles.
Mm-hmm.
You can go for miles and miles. I'll stop now.
Okay,
Beautiful.
let's move on.
Yes.
Oh, what does this come from? Anyone know?
I have no idea.
Is that supposed to be Elizabeth with a giant axe?
No.
This says Ahak, whatever that is. I really wish people would put like details.
Yeah, description.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd give that one probably a 6.
I'd give it a 5.
Aw, look at that axe.
Yeah, the axe is cool, but then like parts of it look like it was made out of tinfoil.
I guess you're right.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time judging these things.
It would be bad being a judge at these competitions because it's just like how do you,
That's beyond my ability, so I think they did a great job.
I'm like, I wish my face is gonna get hecka close to my cam because I can't like see.
I'll zoom in.
I would have.
Oh God, it's still going.
I would have picked a different material just because the way that lays, it's like wrinkled and I don't know.
I feel
I
you.
mean, again, you don't see any hanging thread or anything, so yeah, I'm gonna stand by my 6.
Kyle, what would you give it?
I'm gonna go 7.5, just because clothing and acts made by a person. Got to give them credit.
By the way, people who are viewing this now or down the line, which we have 0 views right now, so I don't know how we're saying it. People who are viewing this right now or later, be sure to follow the people who are making these costumes and be sure to follow the photographers too. We don't intend any of these things to harm people. It's for feedback.
No.
It's for feedback, and it's always really cool to see how this stuff's made and look at it from a critical standpoint, I guess.
Yeah.
Moving on. Wow, the photo's actually really high quality.
Oh my god. I would give that a 10. That is a lot of craftsmanship.
Yeah,
Holy
I
crap.
wouldn't even know how to make something like that.
Hang on, I can't see.
I don't know. I have a hard time sometimes because I see some people with these amazing costumes, and it's like you don't know sometimes if they made it or if they bought it. You know what I'm saying?
This one looks like it was made because, like, the
Yeah.
quality is so high. Like, I wouldn't even know where you would buy something that high quality. So it has to be made by the person. Um, but my question is if she made all this, which she did,
She'd have to have a plastic welder.
that, and then I don't know if these little strips right here on the rapier are Warbler, if you guys know what that is.
It would put, yeah, it looks like Warbler. It doesn't look like
To
hard.
explain to the people who don't know, but Kyle, there was this on Heroes of Cosplay. There's someone named Yaya, and she does like crazy cosplay, and she buys this material called Warbler, and she showed it on the show, and I looked into buying it, and I shit you not, it's like I thought it was like $50 a yard, if I remember right. And only one store that I can find has it in town. It's not easy to come by. And
Yeah.
the whole premise to it is that it's this little cheap foam, cheap looking foam, and you could just take heat to it, and then it'll stay to whatever shape you bend it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a different brand that goes by the name of Wonderflex, and it's a little bit cheaper. I think it's $10 cheaper.
No, I've never
I
heard.
haven't used either, but yeah, that's something to look into. I can actually
Like
look it up right now.
you never go without wasting with it because those sheets, like you'll cut out like a big piece of your armor, or in this case, you probably cut out the dome shape for the bracelet. Whatever's left over on the sheet, like more people, they would just throw away their sheets or they throw it away. But with this stuff, you can like roll it up into shapes and elaborate shapes, and I'm guessing that's what she did on these little curly cues. I don't know how you even make that. It's insane. I gave it a 10.
Yeah, it's definitely a 10. Let's see.
I'm in concurrence. But again, that's high detail work.
I don't even know what show this comes from.
Okay, so a little bit bigger than a square yard of Wonderflex is $45.49.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy still.
yeah, it's expensive.
Some people, they have crazy dedication though. Like some people who go to cons, they'll spend like $400, $500 on their costume. And it'll all be handmade too. It's not like anything they could buy.
Yeah,
Plus, cons are kind of against it when you buy your stuff because if you go to a competition, they strictly say that like 80% of it has to be made by you.
Mhm.
And I think that even happened on Heroes of Cosplay. There's a guy named Jesse on the show, and he had a Mega Man outfit, and it was freaking insane. But the cannon on it like pulsed open, and he took a Transformers Bumblebee arm from Walmart and used that as like the shell, or used that as like the operating system to make it work. But he didn't
Mhm.
win because of that. So
That sucks.
That doesn't make sense because it's modifying something else to make it work for you.
yeah, that's true in most walks of life and other art forms, but like in this case, like they're really against store bought stuff.
Yeah. So it looks like for Warblaw, that's a little bit smaller than the piece of Wonderflex. It's $88.
$88. Wow.
$88.
Okay, we'll land on a random one.
Cool.
Well, we can't judge that one. There we go. Healthy.
There you go.
I actually know that one.
I only watched like a few episodes of that show, so I don't know too much about it, but I know it's a good anime.
He's hiding too much of his face and stuff. I mean, he's playing the character really well. Um, the coat, I would do a little bit different of a color on the coat. The exterior, if I remember, it was a darker burgundy, and then the inside was a brighter red. But I haven't watched that anime in forever.
Mhm.
Oh, other thing I noticed too is wasn't the coat like leather in the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of looks like a
The satin.
like a satin or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Again, still better than I can do, so more power to you, dude.
Yeah, great cosplay. And how do you make a gun like that?
A lot of PVC.
Yeah. A lot
And
of
then
piping.
it looks like a 3D printed lower receiver for an AR-15 with spray painted black.
There you go, Kyle. You know more.
Like, you know guns.
I don't know anything about guns. I don't live in Texas at all.
Well, I'd have to give this. I'd give it an 8.
I give it a 9.
8.5?
That works. Now we'll just scroll to some random one.
Crap.
Oh, where'd it go?
Aw.
Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. That was a perfect one to land on too. Where'd it go? I think I lost it. Gosh dang.
Was it that bad?
I can't believe how many half-naked women there are.
That's all it is on DeviantArt. It's so bad.
Well, the thing that gets me, especially whenever you see someone doing the cosplays of Poison and stuff like that, or
Oh, that was awesome. Sorry.
well, that is interesting.
No, I was looking at the Alice one. That was pretty cool.
Wow, that's good.
What is that? Yeah. Crazy makeup.
Mass Effect.
Nice.
What were you saying about Poison?
Poison's a transgender character. Not again. That's there. I don't care about any of that. It's like you see so many people fawning over it, and then you have girls playing it. I'm wanting to see the guy that does it and pull it off. That's what I want to see. I want it to be kind of pseudo true to story. Like you can play whoever you want. I don't care. But that's funny.
I'm sure
That's
someone
cool.
But I would love to see the guy play Poison. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I don't have the hips for it, so I can't do it.
Oh God! Don't, Kyle. Just don't. You just gave me bad mental images.
Oh, please.
That was some bad mental images, Kyle.
It could be worse. I'm gonna get back to my drawing.
Drawing.
I
I
like to
see.
make drawings.
Drawings.
Yeah, I
Nope.
wouldn't know how to rate this one because
It's hilarious, but it's like
it's literally a foam sheet with fabric they wrapped around it, and then they wrote Death Note on it. So I don't know.
craftsmanship. I'd give it a 1 out of 10. But on
Creativity?
originality and idea, I give it a 10 out of 10 because I've never seen anyone do something like
Yeah.
that.
I have to give it a 10. You heard how I laughed.
Yeah.
It sounded like a 5-year-old boy laughing at something at school, like the first time you heard a fart joke. It just,
Oh my god.
it was funny.
Holy crap. That is a really good Kakashi, and the photography makes it look even better. I thought
I'd
it was
give that one a 10.
Is that a photograph?
cartoons. I've been using Lightroom. Oh, so he did effects on his picture, but well, great effects. Jeez,
Yeah, that's
uh,
pretty cool.
that is insane.
Alright, I gotta start drawing your hairline.
I know something fun we could do too. Let's go to popular within the past 3 days.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a pretty cool Titus. I want to cosplay Titus one of these years. People
Do
hate him.
it.
People
I
hate
love
him.
him. I love him.
Tell me about it. He's awesome. And did you hear
Yeah.
about how they're making Final Fantasy 13.3?
What?
Not 13.3, 10.3.
They are?
Yeah.
What?
Yup. And then it's going to be based off the short story that came out like 4 years ago.
I didn't
It's
know there
kind of
was
a
one.
ridiculous concept, like the plot for it. Like, okay, you beat 10.2, right?
No,
Oh,
because I hated it.
because it kind of
Okay,
ties.
thank you. I didn't either.
Yeah, I was like, plus my game always froze at the beginning when I was in that race to the top of the tower. I
Oh,
think I made it through that one time, but my game kept freezing up and I'd have to start over.
Actually, let's be honest. I don't think I finished 10.
really?
Why? That game was amazing.
I, I can tell you this much. I hated 8, and I didn't really care for 10. I played a lot of 10. I think I got up to the final boss, and I just said I quit.
I love the final boss.
You have no idea how many feels that game made me feel. I cried so much.
Oh, wait for 10.2. That game has feels times 10. No pun intended.
Ha
uh,
ha ha ha.
that sounds
Slight
like
pun intended?
no. 10.2 is like a lot of people they don't like it because it's like, oh, it's the Charlie's Angels version of Final Fantasy because it's all female characters. But I actually like it because like they redid the battle system for the game, and then like
I think that's what I didn't like was the battle system.
it's confusing at first, and it I didn't like it originally, but I got used to it, and I actually love it now. I love it better than 10's battle system.
Ugh.
But what
Brave words, sir. Brave words.
Brave
Yeah,
World-
I'm like, well, maybe I should go back and play it now.
well, they have the HD collection out
I don't
now
even know
too.
if I don't know if I still have it.
They have the collection. I rebought that a couple months ago. No, actually, I bought that last year. Oh my god, time flies.
I do still have it.
Sweet. And let me say this: even though you know the whole ending with Titus, no spoilers for Kyle.
I won't finish it.
Um, he still is like the whole plot revolves around him in the second game. Like,
Oh
uh,
my
the plot
god.
right after you get away from the whole little running down the spiral thing. That's like about 5 hours later, the plot begins, and it ties back into Titus at the end of 10.
Aw.
Yeah, and it's like kind of like a mystery in a way. But 10-3, I want it now. We're finally getting Kingdom Hearts 3 at least.
14. Oh my god, this is so old.
What's so old?
I got this game when I was 14 because I filled out this drawing card thing, and it says 14.
I think I got mine when I was 12 because it was like a birthday present, I remember.
Well, it says this game came out in 2003.
2003.
I got it a year after it came out.
Oh,
I was 18.
You were 18? My God.
Oh no!
I always forget how much older you are than me, Kyle.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when we first started talking, you were like,
Yeah, I thought you were my age. I really did.
it's the maturity. It's the maturity.
He fooled me.
No, I fooled you. And it's kind of funny because I'm the youngest one out of all three of us.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh. Oh, that's not too bad. Here I was thinking I was talking to like some 16-year-old.
Hey!
Well, no. That just because I've had that happen.
Oh, God.
And it's like, oh my god, why are you talking to me?
That actually happened to me once. I was on a dating site, and this person messaged me. They're like, "So how are you doing?" And then like you get in a long conversation about like interest and all that stuff, and then they're like, "You know, I'm only 16, right?" I'm like, "No, your profile said you're 24."
Oh my god.
I just instantly hit block. I'm like, "Nope, we're not doing this. Go away." Block, 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 block times 10.
Yes. Just put on the jetpack of nope and fly out of there.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I have to go. I have to go to work. So, I don't know how long you guys are going to be doing this. But if you're still on at 10 o'clock tonight, I will be back.
We might be.
There's
Okay.
a fair possibility.
Yes. We've had some long streams before.
Okay. So just let me know.
Yep.
So, thank you guys for having me, and thank you to anybody who watches this later.
That was
I hope
fun.
I wasn't a bother.
Oh, you're fine. That was fun.
Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good one.
Later, Amber.
Bye!
Bye. That was fun.
Cosplay in a nutshell.
Yeah, that was really nice having her perspective on it because I really want to get into cosplay like really bad. And I've done a few costumes before in the past. And I've also made costumes with my mom when I was like younger, went for Halloween and stuff. Just like she would sew them, I'd have the ideas, and we would do some crazy stuff. And I kind of want to get back into that. And but it was nice hearing about like the different materials and stuff because I would have never known about any of it.
Mike, hang on 1 second. I think I gotta go through the dog outside.
I will entertain our imaginary audience for the time being.
I'll be right back.
for future watchers, sorry if it's silent. I'm just organizing my page because I kind of want to do a drawing from this. I'm not going to claim it as my own drawing since it's based off of a photograph, but I'm just doing it just for study purposes, and always wanted to draw Kakashi and never been able to properly. So this will be kind of a nice study just to see how it's done. So he has kind of like this, the vest is really rectangular, whatever. Trying out this new sketch pen I made on here using one of the default rough brushes. It's number 20. I think 20 is just, no, 20 is the size. Let's see what's the name of it when I hover over it. Oh, the name's not coming up, but you could use any rough brush and then combine it, and then you go to, I turn on dual brush with it, and then other dynamics, can't speak today, turn down the flow to 8, airbrush smoothing, and you're pretty much good to go for the most part. And I hear Kyle is back.
Sorry about that.
You're good. I was talking to our imaginary audience about the brush that I'm using. And
Brush that you're using.
It's just a little sketching brush I made. Really simple.
Kakashi Sensei, pain of 1,000 deaths.
It's pretty interesting. Did you ever watch Naruto or a lot of it, or?
Bits and pieces of it at a time. Like I would watch large chunks, and then I'd watch large chunks, and then I'd watch large chunks. I mean, I got the story and the gist of it, and it's just it was never in one. It was in giant block settings. Like I got each like little mini saga wrapped up in one nice little compact viewing session. Thank you to people that will remain nameless.
Yeah, that's kind of the same story with my whole thing with Naruto is I didn't watch a lot of it. Like growing up, I would watch a few episodes here and there, but I never fully understood the story because I was watching it out of order. And then my freshman year of college, I had nothing but time, so I watched that and got eventually caught up with everything, and then I don't know, I kind of fell off it for a while, but I do know all the news that's been going with it because it ended recently. I don't know if you heard about that, but that was kind of huge that the series ended, but they're starting a new one, and then Kakashi revealed his face a couple days ago.
Shippuden ended, or?
Yep. Like fully ended, and now they're starting up a new series with Naruto's son and Sasuke's daughter. And apparently, from what I hear, Sasuke's the head of Team 7. That's interesting. So he's basically the Kakashi of the show. Which is kind of weird, knowing that in the other series he was like the bad guy for a while.
Well, I mean,
but you could define bad. Define bad's kind of like a loose term.
I think I am going to omit her lower skirt or her lower wings because the way they're not showing up great in this picture.
I'm having trouble with this drawing. Portions are off. It's not adding up. See, folks, we're not perfect artists at all, and we never claim to be, so there.
I'm not a perfect artist.
You want to know?
I'm not even an artist. I just like to doodle.
You know another way where you can find mistakes in your drawing?
Flipping it, like doing this. Oh, my hotkeys broken.
You can go into the negative space and just look at the negative space in the picture and then try to fill it in and see how it reads. And if it reads wrong, then you fucked it up, which I just fucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are we rating this before I proceed with my sometimes not so happy language?
Oh, I know something about yours that's off. That I noticed off the bat
The chest is
is
too low.
no the angle of it. The angle, like she's in a slanted angle.
Yeah,
There's this frontal view, and then I also noticed that the tips of her elbows touch her torso.
yeah.
That's just a small thing. The face is really nice, though. I like the face.
All that time of being worried about getting my faces wrong. Where is flip canvas? It's not that hard to find. Thank you. F2, like it's supposed to be. Accept and go to conflict. Accept. All right.
I'm struggle bussing. Such a simple pose, but it's not reading how it should read. I think I need to be more gestural with it. And loose, because I'm trying to be too tight. And being
No,
tight.
it might be a little off, but look, she's dancing.
Dude, make that a GIF.
I don't know how to make GIFs.
Dude, you have the version of Photoshop that makes it so easy to make GIFs and animate. Go.
Look, I use Sketchbook Pro to animate, okay? I animate frame by frame.
Yeah, but if you want to make a GIF, easy. So what you do, Kyle, is you go up to Window and look for Timeline or something time.
Oh, timeline. Okay. Yeah. Timeline.
Okay.
Go back
Now,
to the old view. I don't like this view.
um,
Frame
obviously create animation. Okay, now that you have that, we're just gonna keep it simple. And then you see how there's that little new layer thing button that you can click on? Okay, so that'll be your frame. And then you just switch it, or you make a new layer with the flip version. Okay.
Hang on. Yeah, I need to wait. Just the flip version over on here, or do I actually need to flip it in the layers over here?
You have to make a new, like a duplicate of the layer, and then you flip the duplicate. Just think of it. Your layers are your um, are your frames. So if you want like one frame, then all of yours have to be clicked eyeballed off, and then the next frame they all have to be on whatever you want to show. Kind of complicated at first, but once you do that, what you have to do to make it work is you go, okay, above the, I can't really see your screen well, but there should be a option above the timeline or an options thing on the timeline. And you can make it, you can click never ending, and it'll be a never ending loop. And you can also change the seconds. I don't know how many seconds those are on each. I think it's at 0 seconds at the moment.
It's it's flipping the whole canvas, not flipping the image. Okay, hang on. Leave that one right there for layer 1. Yes. Okay. Then we go to layer 2. Turn this one on. But we're going to.
It's kind of cool. Like once I learned how to do this, like I got the idea that what I'm gonna do for all my artwork is I'll have all the layers be like go one by one and it'll slide into place. And I actually have a few that I made, and essentially just have it on my Tumblr and my Facebook, just the time lapse of how it's all done.
I can't remember how to flip just an individual image selection.
Go to transform. Transform.
Isn't edit.
Edit transform.
Transform.
And then flip horizontal. Whoa, why is it selected? Oh, well, we'll just forget about it until I get that version of Photoshop you're using, which shouldn't be too long. When I get my computer built sometime this summer, that'll be first thing I do. Is I'll show you how to
When?
do
Yeah. When are we doing that?
I don't know.
Okay. Now is everything back to normal? F2. F2. Yeah.
That is fucking hilarious, though.
But you know what that tells me? That tells you that one arm's up like I wanted and one arm's lower like I wanted.
Yeah.
You know what else that reminds me of that? It reminds me of the super stream that Psychra and them did, where Marius was doing that with his big old guy.
I forgot about that.
And I put the name of the girls whose site or picture from DeviantArt on here.
See, if anything, like these are just for studies, so like I don't think they'll get mad. It's free publicity for them, in all honesty.
All right, red pen.
Oh, before I start talking to you, another one of my classes got out early, like super early.
Right.
Not only did my life drawing class get out, I got out of my digital class early. Going to class this morning, I had to get gas because I was like, "There's no way I'll make it to school with this much." So I went and got gas, went through all that hassle, finally get to school. And I already knew I was already done with the sculpted models, so I didn't know if my teacher would want anything from me because we have to attend at my class. So I show him my models, and he's like, "Wow, these are really good." And then he's like, "You can leave." I was like, "Okay." So I left, came home, and I was almost tempted to call you on Google Plus this morning, just to dick around.
What time?
It was around 11.
Oh no.
Why were you crazy busy?
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of glad I didn't because I was tempted to, but I was like, I gotta get stuff done.
I was right in the middle of putting one of the little ones down.
Oh, I already see what I did wrong with this. I elongated the torso a little bit too much. Gosh dang it. No, I think it's close enough. I'll have to.
Famous last words.
Well, what I'll do. This is the thing I start to do lately, especially if I have the photo.
windows open and the dog barking makes the dog in the house want to let everyone know that she's there.
So I shrunk my drawing down and I moved it to see how close I am. It's relatively close in a lot of areas. Like there's a few things that are off with like the arm position, but the biggest thing that's off is look how I made the leg like straight, but actually it's like tilted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh I'll do another drawing of it because who said I only have to do one? I could do multiple. Now I think at 9 I'm gonna end the stream because I kind of want to watch this documentary for like a half hour because at lunchtime just to keep myself entertained while I was painting my watercolors, I totally like I'm always in a mood to find like something artsy on Netflix or Hulu, but like I can't just watch anime anymore. Like I like watching anime. It's just I've seen so much of the same stuff. I just want to watch something that's inspiring. And finding something artsy is like the closest thing I can do because it's something I want to do, and I can never find anything. But today in my Netflix recommended, it was a Studio Ghibli documentary. I didn't know it was one for Studio Ghibli, but it was all in Japanese. And I was watching it, and it was just really, really inspiring just to watch how Miyazaki paints. He's a badass. That's all I'll say.
Wow.
Okay, I need to use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Go for it.
Keep the crowd entertained.
Keep the crowd entertained. Okay. So, I'm screwing up a drawing of Morgan. It's not really that I'm screwing up a drawing, but both Mike and I are taking, again, just reiterating what we're doing, that we're taking cosplay pictures from DeviantArt, who we had previously mentioned, and I will get, again, it's Kirito Cosplay on DeviantArt for this picture that I'm doing a drawing of, and I am not good enough to make money off of said drawing, so have no fear, no selling will be done of any kind, just as an FYI and a CYA. So I'm just looking at it, and this I'm really just doing a second rough sketch over top of what I've already done, and to get the arms into the right positions, and hopefully have my hands come up.
I'm back, Kyle.
That was quick.
Yeah, I got a text message from my sister. I got to take her to run to Dairy Queen.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Like I looked at the text message. I was like, now she texts me. So I'm gonna run to Dairy Queen, but we're gonna stop broadcasting because we don't even have an audience right now.
I'm good with that.
But since we're stopped broadcasting for any future watchers, we will have more of these to come. So be sure to follow us and comment what you like and what you don't like about our streams. We'll get right on it and try to fix it for you guys. And for now, I'm Mike.
And I'm Kyle drinking a soda. I literally was.
It would have been funny if you gargled that. Oh, but we'll catch you guys on the flip end.